Hello and welcome to the full moon in Leo ritual. We are here tonight with the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Leo, and it's the 11th mansion of the moon, which is Al Zubra, which means the mane of Leo. So what about lions? Lions are symbols in many cultures of strength, being one of the most powerful feline creatures on the planet. They're also a symbol of courage. We've all seen The Wizard of Oz and the Cowardly Lion, how that was so unusual that he was such a coward because lions are supposed to be courageous and brave, and he was at the very end. So we are in the 11th mansion. We have the presiding stars of Zosma, Zelta Leonis, and Coxa. Theta Leonis are the presiding stars, and the ruler of the mansion is Nestiel. These are all things taken from the book by Christopher Warnack, Mansions of the Moon, which is based on traditional Western astrology from Henry Cornelius Agrippa, who was a 15th century astrologer. And he based his materials on the Picatrix, which is a very, very ancient tome of astrology. For this ritual, I have a candle lit already. We're going to do some smudging a little bit just to cleanse the air and to kind of put us into the mind of our ritual for this night. And kind of like, because we're in a virtual space, we can still create space. We'll make our connection our virtual connection sacred. Let's see, what else do I want to say? It'll be a chant. I'm also going to introduce a system of casting circle that when I used to lead the Eternal Silver Moon Circle, which used to be called by its Latin name, Aeternae Argentum, we used to have a group casting circle method where we each had our athame in hand and we each did this particular chant. So I will introduce that because I think I'm going to be using that consistently going forward. So let me see. I also have my talisman. I'll talk about that in a minute. Where else are we? Okay. So we just take a moment to breathe and remember that we are connected through our virtual space. But we're going to begin by smudging. I am left-handed, yes. With athame in hand, we begin by pointing it toward the ceiling. By the sacred powers of my divine within, I cast the sphere of protection. By the light of the full Leo moon, I cast the sphere of protection. By the assistance of the angel Nesiel, Lord of the 11th mansion, I cast the sphere of protection. So mote it be. And though we say sphere, we mean that in the universal sense of a bubble that surrounds us wherever we are, connects us wherever we are together into one circle. And for the directions, because again, we're virtual, we acknowledge the directions, but we do not move to a particular direction. We face differently for each person. You may choose to face the direction if you wish. Otherwise, we're acknowledging the elementals. So we begin in the east. I'll use Summerland Grove gestures. So we put our hands out with fingers spread, like we have the air filtering through our fingers, the breeze. Sylphs, dragonfly, crow, eagle, bat, owl, and all the elementals of air. We invite you to stand guard and inspire us in this rite. Hail and welcome. And then we put our hands together facing the fire for the south. Salamander, lizard, dragon, lion, and tiger, and all elementals of fire. We invite you to stand guard and inflame our hearts with sacred intent in our rite. Hail and welcome. And then we cup our hands for the west. Undines, dolphin, otter, seal, and all elementals of water. We invite you to stand guard and assist our transformation in our rite. Hail and welcome. And then we place our hands. Now, our gestures are our hands down, palms down to the ground. I will do it like this for now, since we're not in person. And we stand in the north. Gnomes, bear, wolf, tortoise, deer, and all elementals of the earth. We invite you to stand guard and ground and center us for our rite. Hail and welcome. For our goddess this evening, we invite the Lion Lady, who is Asherah, who is an ancient goddess indeed, a Sumerian goddess of the ancient world. We also ask for her sisters to join us. Durga of the Hindu pantheon, who rode lions, and Sekhmet, who was often featured, she's an Egyptian goddess who's featured with a lion head. So we begin, Lion Lady, Asherah, she who is also called Kadesh, Astarte, Ishtar, the Holy One, Tree of Life, Mother Goddess. We invite you into our circle this full moon night. Like the lions who guarded the thrones of kings in ancient days and nights. Like your sisters, lion riding Durga, battling the demons in India. And lion-headed Sekhmet, defeating the enemies of the sun god. We call upon you to help us to find our powers of courage and endurance within us, to stand strong against the perils of our time, to defend our hearts from the sorrows of this age. Lion strong, we shall fight for our beliefs and our paths. Lion confident, we shall protect ourselves and our loved ones. Lion Lady Asherah, hail and welcome. Now we invite the ruling angel of the 11th mansion. Lady Angel Nessiel, sun yellow-winged with hair as a golden lion's mane. Nessiel, the bold and courageous, the beloved one. We stand in your mansion, your beacons the stars Zosma and Coxa in Leo. Your power is strong, your defense absolute. Your shoulders bear the twin stars of strength and courage. Your visage confident and certain. Your hands clutching a mighty sword before you as defender of the will and perseverance. Blessed Nessiel, through knowing ourselves, we may become powerful guardians of our domains. Through calling upon the power of the full moon, may we become more powerful servants of the divine within. Let our determination be complete. Let our wills be fixed and decided as we do our work this night. In your mansion in Al Zubra, we honor you, Lady Nessiel, and receive your blessing in gratitude with love. Hail and welcome. And we have the image from heraldry of the lion rampart with the sword upraised. So we think of that as Nesiel. Now, in the book, Christopher Warneck's book on the Mansions of the Moon, he has drawings that are prepared by the artist Nigel Jackson. And what I'm going to do is share in the group, in the Eternal Silver Moon Circle group, the image, the JPEG image of this talisman picture. And that will be for you to print out if you'd like to make your own talisman to use for this ritual. I have scanned this and colored it because all of them are just line drawings, so you can color them yourself. So here the image, and the image description comes from the ancient text, the Picatrix. So this is a man riding a lion, and he's a Saracen, kind of a barbarian warrior. He's astride a lion with a lance, with two banners. And so this is what the talisman looks like. There's, got to get to the right. There we go. Okay, really amazing drawings. And then there's pyramids. So you can imagine in Egypt, across the plains. And Nesiel, the name of the angel, is listed on this talisman. So to prepare this for tonight, I printed it out. I colored it with colored pencils. And then I'm also personalizing and adding sigils to this. Now, when we do this type of work, this is called sympathetic magic. The sigils allow us to put forth concepts and ideas into our working. So not only do we have the image of the warrior and the image of the lion as we're working on courage and strength tonight, we also have a sigil. I know this is backwards, but I'll show it anyway. A sigil of, can we see that? There it is. That's a star, the main star in Leo, that is Regulus. That's the sigil for that. We also have another sigil that means Leo, and then that circle with a dot on the top is for the sun. I also have a couple of runes on here that stand for courage and for strength. So all of these help to put into our talisman paper the ideas that we are working on. Also, as we draw on the, or not draw, as we color in the image, as we write the sigils, we can also write our intent, our specific intent. Remember, in magic, we want to be as clear as possible. We write our specific intent on the back. And as we're doing all that, we're putting our personal energy in this. So sympathetic magic means that you are personalizing and putting you and your intention into this piece of paper. And then it is up to you to decide how you want to use this piece of paper. You may, after ritual, take it outside and burn it. Or if you have a cauldron or a fireplace, you can burn it. You can also, if you have an intention that you want to continue to work throughout the month until the next full moon, perhaps, then you may want to place it on your altar. Okay, so this one is going to be placed on the altar to work. I have a specific intention that I'm going to write on the back here in a moment. But that intention is something that I am working on personally. And I am calling upon the courage and the strength of Asherah, of Durga, and Sekhmet to assist me, and also Lady Nesiel, the angel. So we always want to have our spiritual guides and our ancestors and anybody else that we can get help with. We do not do our work in isolation. We have a team. So these are our teammates. We invite them as we invite them into the ritual to help us. So I'm going to take a moment here to write, just write with a pen on the back of my talisman paper. So as I do this, as I write, take a moment to write on this, think what your intention will be. What in your life do you want to increase your courage to face? Is it a challenge that you face? Is it a situation that is difficult to deal with that you're facing? What do you need courage for? What do you need strength to face every day? It could be work, it could be, living through a pandemic, it could be enduring social media, it could be any kind of thing. It could be personal projects that you're working on that are really hard and challenging, and you don't know if you can do it. We have to have confidence and determination and strength and courage. So just take a moment. We'll just have a moment of silence here while I write my personal intention and think about what you want to do this magical working for. There, I am done. So we're just going to take a moment to put our energy, our personal energy, into our talisman. We put it between our hands so that the warmth of our hands may warm this piece of paper, again, adding energy. I have a prayer here that what I will do is I will pause after each line, and you can you can repeat the line to yourself. It's called the charging of the talisman. And that's because that's exactly what we're doing. We're charging this to make this go to work for us. By this rite of magical art, by the supreme power of the Lady of the Moon, by the eternal grace of the Lion Lady Asherah, by all forms of light and the masters of the talismans, descend, O Lady Angel Naciel, from the perfumed halls of the lamps of the moon. We implore thee, celestial intelligence of the 11th mansion, Al-Zubra, enfold this talisman with your wings of fiery gold. Add your divine energies to my own, lending us courage to face the challenges of the year, lending us strength to endure what may come. Breathe thy power into this talisman and ensoul it with my fire. So mote it be. I just realized I didn't pause after each one, so I'm going to actually do this again. We'll just make this kind of a meditative thing. But now you know what's coming. By this rite of magical art, by the supreme power of the Lady of the Moon, by the eternal grace of the Lion Lady Asherah, by all the forms of light and the masters of the talismans, descend, O Lady Naciel, from the perfumed halls of the lamps of the moon. We implore thee, celestial intelligence of the 11th mansion, Al-Zubra, enfold this talisman with your wings of fiery gold. Add your divine energies to our own. Lend us courage to face the challenges of this year. Lend us strength to endure what may come. Breathe thy power into this talisman. And ensoul it with thy fire. So mote it be. So mote it be. So mote it be. So at this point, I'm going to place this on my altar. You may also, if you choose, take it outside to burn it. In that way, we're releasing the energies to go to work. When I put it on my altar, it's similar to doing the same thing. I am placing it in work so that it continues beyond this rite tonight. There we go. And if we were in person, if we were outside on the deck and we had my cauldron with, I usually put herbs in there like elderflower and myrrh and sometimes sandalwood chips. If I had that going, then we would burn our talisman. And this is a chant that we have used many times. And I'll just simply sing this so you can hear what that sounds like. Spirits of fire, come to us. We will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us. We will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle round. We will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire. So mote it be. We take a moment to ground after sending our energy out. We take some deep breaths. We place our feet flat against the floor, feeling the earth beneath our feet. So mote it be. So now that we have set our magic to work, we thank those that we have invited, those who are assisting us. So I begin. Lady Angel Nesiel of the Mane of Leo, the Lord of the 11th Mansion. Lady Asherah, Lady Durga, Lady Sekhmet. Asherah, who is also called Kadesh, Ishtar, the Holy One. We thank all of you for your divine assistance on this night in our holy rite. Hail and farewell. And then in the north, gnomes, bears, wolf, tortoise, deer, and all elementals of the earth. We thank you for standing guard and for grounding us in our rite. Hail and farewell. In the west, undines, dolphins, otter, seal, and all elementals of water. We thank you for standing guard and aiding our transformation in this rite. Hail and farewell. And in the south, salamander, lizard, dragon, tiger, and lion, and all elementals of fire. We thank you for standing guard and inflaming our sacred intent in this rite. Hail and farewell. And in the east, sylphs, dragonfly, crow, eagle, bat, owl, and all elementals of air. We thank you for standing guard and inspiring us in our rite. Hail and farewell. And then to open our circle, we begin And my arms out to the side. By the assistance of the angel Nesiel, Lord of the 11th mansion, we take down our virtual sphere of protection. By the light of the full Leo moon, we take down the sphere of protection. By the sacred powers of our divine within, we take down the sphere of protection. So mote it be. The circle is open, but never broken. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Woohoo! Yay! And that is it for our ride tonight. Thank you.